While we're on the topic of routines, let's dive in more about this sleep idea. Sleep is so important. Do you remember those days when you slept 10 hours a night? When was the last time you slept a full 8 hours? We felt amazing when that happened, and your child feels that too. Sleep is a basic need. Getting your deep sleep, getting your REM sleep, sleeping through the night is so important. But what happens when your child wakes up at 1 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, and they're not staying asleep through the night? Well, first of all, check out your bedtime routine and check out your daily routine. Are they getting naps at the same time every day? Do you need to cut out naps and just have rest time? Are they sleeping too much? Are they going to bed at the same time every day and waking up at the same time every day? Your body has an internal clock, and we need to set our child's internal clock based on our daily routines. Kids should be getting between 8, 10 to 12 hours of sleep every night based on their age. So, how do we keep our kids to staying in bed throughout the night? Well, if you watched the last video for the nap routine, that is what we're going to do. Check out the nap routine if you haven't looked at it yet. But the basket from the nap routine, we are going to leave in our children's bedroom even while they're sleeping. When they wake up in the middle of the night, we want them to look at their basket of calming activities, so hopefully they fall back to sleep. These calming activities can be books from the library. They could be stuffed animals, something quiet, something snuggly, something that gets them to fall back to sleep pretty quickly. But how do we keep them in the bed, right? That's the question. Let's give them something to do, but why would they not pick those up and bring them into my room anyway and read the book on my floor while I'm trying to sleep? Well, there are these amazing things that were invented called they're called a variety of things, but they're basically a visual clock. And I'm going to link to those down here because you can buy them on Amazon. There's 5 or 6 or 7 of them. And basically what it is a clock that you set based on your daily schedule that you had created of the time you want your child to go to bed at night and wake up in the morning. The clock looks like just a regular number clock, not a digital clock, a number clock you hang on the wall. I think they make some digital ones also, but the number ones with the circle is better. When you put that on the wall and you set the time for bed, as soon as it's bedtime, the clock turns red. And it stays red all the way until 5 or 10 minutes before your child is allowed to get out of bed, which is your wake-up time on your daily schedule. 10 minutes before the clock turns yellow. This lets your child know that pretty soon it's time to get out of bed. Once that's 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever that morning time is that you decided to set for your morning routine happens, the clock strikes 10, it turns green, and your child knows they can get out of bed. If your child is potty trained, make sure you let them know that they can get up when the clock is red to go potty, but then go right back to bed. Or if they're sick or if they're scared, right? You let them know. It's not like you're chained to your bed. But overall, typically we want them to stay in bed from bedtime to wake up time. And that's the visual cue for them to know how long they need to be in bed or where they should be. Kids don't know what time it is. They know that the sun goes down and they know that the sun comes up. And when it's light, it's party time, right? So we have to retrain our kids to follow this routine. Be really, really, really consistent. If you want to do a sticker chart and a rewards chart like we did back in the morning routine and evening routine for this sleep through the night, go ahead. You can do that. It works fabulous. I wouldn't do all three at the same time. Then you'll have 3 different charts and 3 different activities and 3 going on at the same time. But pick one. Make a chart, make a schedule. These lessons are created to build on one another. So make sure you go back and watch each of the courses because we're talking about being consistent. And this sleeping through the night really gets your child to meet that basic need of sleep, preventing the exhausting, unwanted behaviors you want during the day. So when you have a schedule, you stick to it. They have a morning routine, a eating routine, a nap routine, a bedtime routine, and then a full night's sleep routine. You've already cut out half of the reasons why kids freak out and kids misbehave. They are not tired and they're not hungry. Okay, now what happens about all the rest of those times? We're going to talk about that next. See you soon.